Now, confidence comes from when you start to understand something, ne? And then I've realized that students get overexcited whenever they have to answer something which they are familiar with. Our question for today, I just want to talk about something very important. Now that students or some of us know that having to determine dy over dx, you know now you have to differentiate. And you know that the process of differentiating is just taking the exponent, multiplying it by the coefficient, and then you subtract one from the exponent. That's the obvious case. Now, the most important thing, if you have a question now and you have to determine dy over dx, before you can apply your differentiation, to avoid getting stuck, you may have to simplify the given equation first to its simplest form, such that it would be easy to multiply by the exponent to the coefficient and then you subtract one to the exponent as well. Looking at the question like this, someone may jump into the question and start to want to differentiate, of which now it's going to complicate the whole thing. Unless you understand the differentiation rules, which there is a video where I talk about that. But now, sometimes there's no need to apply the differentiation rules if you can simplify the equation itself and apply the standard way of differentiation. I'm saying this while I've indicated the question that we're going to do now. So now 6.2, we are required to determine dy over dx of the two given equation. Let me show you how you can simplify it first before you use the standard. So, like I say, given this equation, I know that dy over dx is another way of differentiating. For example, if I have y is equals to ax to the exponent n, dy over dx for this, I have to differentiate this part, of which, like I say, I'll multiply by the exponent, which I'll put it in front. So it would be n times ax n minus 1. We know you understand this, but before tackling this into this, there's no way you can go direct and apply this to this until you simplify it first, so you can have separate terms individually. So to do that, first of all, if I have to simplify this, I can write this equation in this form. Step number 1, y is equals to x over x squared minus 3 square root of x. I can write it as x to the exponent 1 over 2 all over x squared. So this is what I have. And furthermore, I can write this as y is equals to x to the exponent 1 minus 2 for this one, minus 3 into x to the exponent 1 over 2 minus 1, applying the rules of exponents on the variable x. So because there's invisible 1 there, it's the 1 on top, invisible 1 minus the exponent on the bottom. Same applies here, the exponent on top, which is half, minus the exponent in the bottom. I'm sorry, this is going to be 2, minus the exponent on the bottom, which is going to be 2. Therefore, I have y is equals to x minus 1 minus 3 into x to the exponent minus 3 over 2. I know that this is minus 3 over 2 because when you have exponents, 1 minus 2 minus 2, having to simplify this, you can either punch it on your calculator or you can just use your knowledge of knowing how to subtract fractions, such that if this is over 1, because any number is over 1, the common denominator here is 2. 2 goes how many times to 2? It goes once. 1 times 1, it's going to be 1. 1 goes how many times to 2? It goes twice. 2 times minus 2, it's going to be minus 4. Therefore, 1 minus 4 is going to be minus 3 over 2. Hence, it's minus 3 over 2. Something which I don't have to explain, but I don't want to assume that students understand. Hence, I have to explain everything. Now, as you can see, both your variables are in the form of ax to the exponent n. For the first one, the coefficient is 1, x to the exponent n is minus 1. The second one, the coefficient is minus 3, x to the exponent is minus 3 over 2. And then from here, you can start and differentiate your dy over dx as required. Therefore, I will say dy over dx is equals to, then I will take the exponent to the front. So it's going to be minus 1 times x into minus 1 minus 1. For the second one, it's going to be minus 3 times minus 3 over 2 x minus 3 over 2 minus 1. Hence, I've applied the differentiation rule. Simplifying this, I would have minus x to the exponent minus 2. And if you look at this one here, minus 3 times minus 3 is going to be positive 9 over 2 x to the exponent again. Let me show you how to simplify this part. You can either punch it on your calculator, or you must just use your knowledge of adding and subtracting fractions, whereby if you have minus 3 over 2 minus 1, again, the lowest common denominator, because any number is over 1, it's going to be 2. How many times does 2 goes into 2? It goes once. 1 times minus 3, it's going to be minus 3. How many times does 1 goes into 2? It goes twice. 2 times minus 1, it's going to be minus 2. Therefore, you would have minus 5 over 2. Therefore, this means that here minus 3 minus 1 gives you minus 5 over 2. Just by doing this, you can get your full mark. I believe if you are a matric student, from here you can get your full mark. But if you want to put your answer fancy, you can still go further and say this is the same as minus 1 over x squared for the first term. And for the second term, you're going to say plus 9 into 2 square root of x to the exponent 5. Why do I say this? First of all, you know that we have a rule that mathematically states that if you have x to the exponent negative n, this is the same as 1 over x to the exponent positive n. That's the rule I've applied from here to here. For the second term, you can see that x minus 5 over 2 is the same as, it will be the same as 1 over x to the positive 5 over 2, applying the same rule. And here we have the same thing as 1 over x to the 5, 1 over 2. And we know that 1 over 2 represents a square root. Exponent 1 over 2 represents a square root. So therefore, this is going to be 1 over x to the 5 square root, like that. That's what I've applied for me to move from here to here. But otherwise, even if you leave it from here, you would get your answer because you are correct. Moving on to this one is if you want to put your answer fancy to show that you understand your mathematics properly. Let's move to the next one. So now, from answering the first question, 6.2.1, I strongly believe that you guys have noticed that the knowledge of exponents is very much important. Each and every chapter that you do, or each and every chapter that you face, some of the stuff may be required to be applied in other chapters. So everything connects. Now, for 6.2.2, again, you can't just find dx over dy without simplifying the first thing first, so that you can apply your standard differentiation knowledge. This is how it's done. So 6.2.2, this is what we have, right? Firstly, if I simplify this to put it as a proper equation, I would have y over 3x is equals to, I can write this as 1 plus x, 1 plus x, because it is squared there. Furthermore, this is the same as if I use foils to simplify this part here, I would have 1 times 1, it would be 1, 1 times x, it would be plus x, plus 1 times, x times 1 is going to be x, plus x squared. And then from here, obviously, I can see that I have 1 plus x plus x plus x squared. These are like terms, meaning most likely I would add that, and then I would have 1 plus 2x plus x squared. like that. Now, to simplify this part such that I put it in the subject of the formula being y, everything is over 1, meaning I can cross multiply here such that I'll multiply y with 1 and then I'll multiply the rest of the equation with 3x. Therefore, I will result in y is equals to 3x times 1 plus 2x plus x squared, like that. And again, I will FOIL this to simplify. If I FOIL this to simplify that, that means then I'll multiply the 3x by this, and then I multiply it by that, and then I multiply it by that finally. So this means for the first one, 3x times 1, I would have 3x plus 3x times 2x, I will have 6x squared plus 3x times x squared, I will have plus 3x to the exponent 3. Now, you can see that individually, each and every term is in the form of ax to the exponent n, ax to the exponent n, ax to the exponent n, meaning I'm ready to differentiate each and every term as required. Now, to get dy over dx, this is going to be, for the first term, any number is to the exponent 1, right? I'll take the exponent, multiply it in front. I'll have 3 times 1, x, 1 minus 1, plus, for the second term, I'll have 6 times 2, x, 2 minus 1, for the third term, plus 3 times 3, x, 3 minus 1. Therefore, this is going to be 3 times 1 is 3, x, 1 minus 1 is 0, plus 6 times 2 is 12, x, 2 minus 1 is just going to be 1, plus 3 times 3 is 9, x, 3 minus 1 is 2. Therefore, if I simplify these, I would then have any number to the exponent 0 is 1. So I would have 3 plus 12x plus 9x squared. So that's how you get dy over dx for such question. So that's how you get your dy over dx. But you still have to remember that you first need to simplify your given equations first before you can apply your differentiation. And if you have watched up to this far, thank you so much. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us in all our social media platforms, and we are available to assist you in private lessons. Feel free to send us a WhatsApp or an email. Otherwise, I'm Mr. Maimane. This is Simplified RSA. We are the guys who makes it look easy so that you can ace your exams every now and then.